I'll start with what I consider to be Oda's signature, power panels. These are large panels with a lot of kinetic energy. They are often important panels where a big attack is landing. There are several traits that make Oda's power panels great. The most prominent one is the camera angle. The panels have dynamic angles that create foreshortening. Closer objects are bigger and farther objects are smaller. The depth enhances the impact of these panels. Oda will exaggerate the gap between sizes beyond what's expected, creating art that pops. The focus lines in the background show you where the vanishing point is and add to the perspective. Oda is very skilled at using triangle formation, which combines the camera angle, depth, and foreshortening into one technique. Watch my video on that. It's a secret trick that makes battle manga panels a lot more dynamic. Sometimes he'll use a fisheye lens that curves the floor to make the scene even more kinetic. In East Blue, Oda has solid continuity. By that, I mean the panels flow into each other like frames in animation. He has a number of pages like this, but a lot of his continuity falls into two categories. A. An attack winding up and then landing, or B. An attack landing and the follow-through of the opponent falling back. Examples are Luffy kicking Arlong, Luffy kicking Buggy, Zoro's Tatsumaki, Luffy missing Buggy, and these three examples of Sanji. It's not exactly crazy choreography, but that doesn't mean that Oda can't do that. Here are examples that caught my eye. In Luffy vs Morgan, there's one example where Straw Hat hops over an attack and then kicks his opponent in midair. It's not crazy, but it's solid choreo. In the same fight, Luffy runs in, dodges an attack, and uses the momentum of his spin to land a kick. Against Kuro, Luffy sends a punch and then another, but whiffs both. Kuro appears behind to cut him, but Luffy flips to dodge. From that upside down pose, he kicks. Against Krieg, the opponent has a two-hit combo that Luffy evades. Against Hachan, Zoro dodges attacks while catching two swords, then he dodges more attacks before landing a special attack. Kurobi lands a vicious combo on Sanji, then Sanji returns the favor, ending the fight. Kurobi's combo has better continuity with panels showing the windup before each attack. Sanji doesn't do that for all the attacks, but it's still solid. East Blue Oda definitely doesn't have bad continuity. I talked about camera angles, perspectives, and continuity, but there's still more. Oda has the basics down really well. He has very dynamic poses for his characters. His cartoony art style allows him to push the poses even further without looking awkward. Characters really lean into their poses. Look at Sanji getting punched in the power panel. His body is basically shaped like a C. My video shape design in manga goes into more detail on One Piece's dynamic poses, and my mastering motion video covers more broad techniques for dynamic poses. He may not do it often, but when he fills in black objects with motion blur, like the Alvida punch, it really adds to the kinetic energy. The buggy kick is another great example. I like hit sparks because they add to clarity, but One Piece doesn't always use them. You can see them clearly in the Arlong panels. You can see them missing in some of Sanji's kicks in his first arc. Sometimes he'll use blood splatter as hit marks, especially for sword attacks. Oda rarely uses motion lines in the outline or attack trails to add to the speed of his attacks. They still look good without them, but they would add more clarity and kinetic energy. Morgan's swing and Kuro's swing are examples of an attack trail. Overall, the art is very clear and readable, which is a valuable skill that Toriyama also possessed. I covered that in my video on DBZ's action art. Oda gives the important panels room to breathe, giving them more impact. East Blue Oda has had a strong impact on my art as a mangaka. I've implemented his style of power panels a couple times. He's one of the strongest users of the triangle formation, so I often cite him as reference when applying it to my own art. I've also applied his cartoony looseness to make my art dynamic when it fits. When it comes to individual epic panels of action, East Blue Oda is easily the best out of the popular battle manga I've read. His power panels and triangle formation are his strongest weapons, along with his exaggerated foreshortening.